It's a very bright day outside here at the University of Colorado. Scotty's struggling a little bit, but we're here. Practice midweek, final media availability before the Arizona game, and Coach Helow took the stand. He's the run game coordinator. I got to give him credit. He took a lot of responsibility. I think he took a lot of that.
Yeah.
The blame of what happened on Saturday, obviously, that's one of the worst rushing performances you're going to see from a defense in college football. But Coach Helow, I mean, it sounded like someone who really wanted to take the responsibility for it. Talked about changing practice and just playing fundamental football, too. I mean, that's pretty much what happens when you get beat down that bad. You lose your fundamentals.
100%. I mean, like you mentioned, George Helow is this defense's run game coordinator, and he did not shy away from the responsibility, from the accountability of what we saw on Saturday night. I mean, he called it straight up an embarrassment. He said he had never been a part of something like that. This is somebody who's been around college football on the defensive side for a long time at a lot of different places. And for him to feel embarrassed and to really be straight up there pissed off.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, obviously. Like, again, he is somewhat responsible for what we saw from Utah rushing for over 400 yards for a true freshman quarterback running for over 150 yards. And, you know, he said it as well. He was like, listen, I appreciate Coach Prime kind of falling on the sword, but this ain't on Coach Prime.
Right.
This is on him. This is on his staff. This is on his defensive players. And I appreciate that. And I think that accountability has permeated throughout his players. Obviously, we heard Keaton Wade. We heard from Arden Walker here as well today. You kind of touched on it there. Coach Helow mentioned that they've kind of switched up the practice schedule this week a little bit. Because if you remember last week going into the Utah game, the kind of talking point was physicality, right? Like they were hitting in practice. Like quarterbacks were live in practice last week during the game. And that approach clearly didn't work for whatever reason. So they kind of switched things up a little bit. They practiced Monday and Tuesday. They had a kind of a light walkthrough today. They'll be practicing again tomorrow before Friday is kind of the wind down day before the game day. So I'm interested to see how this kind of new approach to practice works, and we'll see what results we see on Saturday.
For sure. It's going to be a different challenge with Arizona. Obviously, Noah Fifita. They're going to try and throw the football a bit more, but this is a bit more of a complementary, more fundamentally sound football team than we saw last year. I mean, last year they were kind of a mess. They've really kind of started to put together a nice season. Those edge rushers are going to have to play a big role. I mean, they're going to have to try and get to Fifita. You're going to need to try and get some kind of production from when it comes to sacks or turnovers at some point this year if you're going to have any hope defensively in terms of, just creating chaos and finding your way back into games. It's that time of year, that awkward, weird time of year, too, where the seniors are kind of, half looking forward, half trying to slow down time. You asked Arden about that today. I'm pretty sure Keaton's a senior as well.
I think so.
It's that sad reality that it's come to the end of the road for these guys. And I think when you asked Arden, I honestly don't know if he's thought about it.
It did seem like it was just like, wow. Like I said, I kind of framed it like, hey, bro, you got four games left. Maybe 5 if y'all do it right. And he was like, yeah, you're right. And again, I can relate to that. I've been, a senior in high school playing my last high school game. I've been a senior in college knowing my last ever, live competitive football game was on the horizon. And it hurts. And it's hard to really come to terms with. And like I said, that's kind of why I wanted to get Arden's thoughts on it. I think he's going about it the right way. Like I said, it doesn't seem like he's thought about it too much. He is kind of singularly focused on this team and getting to bowl eligibility. He brought that up, right? You got 4 games left. You got to get 3 wins to get to 6 wins and to earn an extra game and earn a bowl game. And, Keaton is in the same boat. He had 2 sacks last year in this matchup against Arizona. And he said that kind of gives him a little extra level of confidence going into this matchup, knowing that he's gone against Noah Fifita, had success against Noah Fifita in this offense, albeit a different kind of Arizona team. But you mentioned if this Arizona team is going to line up in 11 personnel, they're going to sling the ball. They do have a really good running back, though, who this defense is going to have to make sure they keep in contain. But this offense goes through Noah Fifita in their passing game, and it's going to be big week for Arden, for Keaton to apply pressure, to keep contained on edge, don't allow things to bounce out in the run game, don't allow Noah Fifita to scramble and extend plays. So it's going to be a fascinating matchup. Happy to be back at home, back in Arden's home state, back in front of a home crowd, in front of a crowd that this team has really just played a lot better than, as opposed to on the road. So we'll see how things kind of shake out on Saturday afternoon. Is it afternoon? 5 o'clock kickoff?
Yeah,
what would you call that? 5 o'clock kickoff. Is that afternoon? Early evening?
Early evening?
Early
yeah,
evening.
for sure. I mean, the sun's about to go down too because of daylight savings
Yeah,
this weekend.
yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe we're renegotiating those terms, but it's another interesting opponent in the terms of it's just one of those teams I think that you played every single year of the Coach Prime era.
Yeah.
You've kind of seen a lot from them and how they've developed. I mean,
sure.
Pretty good that first year, obviously.
Took a step back last year.
And then, whatever happened last year. But this team is, it's kind of a barometer game, I think, for Colorado too, right?
Yeah.
You kind of joined the Big 12 together as well from the Pac-12. And both are kind of rebuilding at that point in time. Obviously, Colorado's coming off of 1-11. They had a lot more to go through, but Arizona wasn't a world beater as much as, 5+ years ago. You know what I mean? So you need this one, man. I mean,
Definitely.
to fulfill what Arden said, get into bowl eligibility, you're going to need this one. There are some winnable games on the slate.
Yeah.
But just given the opponent, what else is in this conference, if you want to just straight up prove that you're better than the bottom tier, you got to win this game. So we'll see what happens on Saturday. But that's going to do it from the University of Colorado for media this week. See y'all later.